Welcome to game number 4, everybody. This is going to be a rather astounding occurrence. We have aTnClouD at the moment down 1-2 against the red Protoss WhiteRa, and we're going to be playing this on GSL Dual Site, a very, very good map. If anybody you know, MLG Dual Site is the same map, however, they did make one very significant difference. This bottom right and top left base are no longer gold bases. They are now just straight up normal bases. We have WhiteRa talking a little bit, but you can see easily they are just not the 5 or 4 or 6 or whatever the count of the gold patches is that MLG uses, and then one geyser. It is a full, just normal blue base without any trickery. It's just a simple expansion. So now, oh yeah, Cloud just like talking about how, yeah, that was a very fast charge. So yeah, they're just happily talking about that last game. And you can see WhiteRa's been like hee hee smiley face because he knows that he won really, really well. Cloud was definitely not prepared for that fast charge. Puma kill me on IPL3, same build order. Oh, but my open 3-gate robo. No time. Oh, so he doesn't have the time to actually defend if he goes for a 3-gate charge because he can't get charge. So charge is really what he wanted to in order to defend. So it does pretty much confirm the positioning, the zealots, and everything. That were the big deals. We see that Cloud's just going to easily just deal with this SCV harass. I guess his SCVs are being harassed, but it's a probe harass moving in. So we can see that WhiteRa is going to lose all his shields and not take another attack. So good little bit of just solid control, channeling Huck, who is the originator of the crazy annoying probe. Now looking around over here for WhiteRa's main base, gas is down, gateway is down, just normal opening for him. Definitely going to be expecting a 1-gate expanse, what he's done pretty much every single one of these games. Maybe he'll change it up because this is a 2-player map. We have not seen a 2-player map quite yet from these players, so I'm definitely interested in seeing if WhiteRa's going to go ahead and change his game plan because of that, whether Cloud will change his game plan because of that. These are very, very important things to take note of, in the fact that if one player decides to go for a cheese, you could definitely get away with it on this map. A marine tank push could do a lot of damage theoretically. If you take a look at here, you can easily utilize this choke. You have to be wary though because of this route going down here and getting a surround from WhiteRa. Unless Cloud can somehow control this area as well, it could go either way depending on where I gets that nice positioning or not. I guess that's true for any map, really. It's kind of a broad statement. We can see that Cloud's actually stopped mining from his refinery. He's got his reactor going down. I'm definitely expecting to go for an expansion, too. This SCV over here, command center, yes. Oh, yes. It's good to look at the minimap and see that you're going to have small blips somewhere that can give you a nice way to go ahead and just see what's coming. WhiteRa is chronoing out a sentry and a zealot earlier on. He's going to be going up for an expansion play of his own, I would think. Either that or he's going to throw down like robos or more gates or something and do some kind of aggressive gameplay from him. Looks like he might be throwing down that robo. Yep, he's got his 1 gate, his robo. Probably going to throw down at minimum 1 more gateway, maybe 2 more gates, do a push, expand either with or right before the push, and then move on that way. Because WhiteRa's not the kind of player that really goes all in. He's the kind of player that just is so aware of everything. He just knows when to hit and when to expand, and then he ends up winning. You're just like, wow, I'm in awe of what you just accomplished. So I'm definitely going to be expecting some kind of play along those lines. You can see him scouting around, looking for SCVs that are looking for the expansion. So nice little circular relationship between those guys. So Cloud, he's actually got an SCV moving down here at the bottom of the map, going to try and get the scout for that expo, and it will see that there is no expo unless a probe's going to be moving down. Looks like no. We are going to have 3 gates and that robo. We have the observer almost coming out, but there's a little bit of a supply block taking place, and there's the SCV getting directly into the base of WhiteRa, and that is not very good. Theoretically, WhiteRa could cancel these gates and then get the expansion. I'm not exactly expecting that, but it's definitely a possibility. You can see this panel's going to be thrown down. This SCV does not have much health left on him. See where has pulled back this other zealot and this other sentry. So now we have those players there. He's not canceled anything. He does enough for the Nexus if he throws it down. Over 400 minerals there. And there it is. Nexus gets thrown down. Looks like it'll be before the push with these 3 gates and the robo. Cloud has completed his orbital command, but he's staying on 1 base. He's definitely afraid of the push that WhiteRa is capable of. He didn't see that expo. He just saw 3 gates and a robo. He doesn't know if it's going to be an all-in play from WhiteRa or if it's going to be some kind of just standard 3-gate robo. You can see his scouting is just seeing that, no natural expansion or anything. So now more Marines are going down. You see there are 3 racks here, just getting straight up Marines actually. No Marauders, nothing along those lines, because the shells is not even researched. We do have a factory going down, so we are transitioning just to straight up normal bioplay from him, but he hasn't actually moved his orbital to his natural expansion. He's producing SCVs at a nice rate. 30 SCVs to 32 probes is not bad at all. WhiteRa is going for a nice quick robo off of this gameplay. By robo I mean robo bay, so you can get those nice colossi out to try and help himself with a push in that respect. And that'll be very strong. Notice how the starport is only just now started, which means that Cloud's going to have to really choose between getting Vikings or getting Medivacs in order to really try and defend against the Colossus push. It can give a nice timing window for WhiteRa to deal damage and get that good angle engagement that he really wants, especially because Cloud is delayed further in the fact that his natural is only just now going to be actually taken. WhiteRa could really do some damage in this shape that Cloud is in. So now we're going to see WhiteRa pulling back that one very hurt probe, which is definitely a nice bit of awareness to actually look at the minimap and see this army's moving forward and then pull back. It also allows a factor in terms of Cloud as he watches the minimap with a probe or something moving away from the watchtower, then he knows that WhiteRa is fully aware of the army's strength and composition of what he has, and WhiteRa can definitely then just prepare for that no matter what he sees. It's not exactly a big worry when you're just playing purely standard. You don't really need to hide anything in that respect, but the count of Marines is what's very significant that WhiteRa saw. It just confirms that he's going the right route by getting out the Colossi, because the Colossi just rip through Marines. Take a look at the upgrades of both players. I don't see an engineering bay down at all quite yet for Cloud. I don't see any forges out for WhiteRa. Nope. No forges. We are just continuing to get out probes and SCVs. The SCVs are actually ahead in terms of the count compared to the probes. Very odd. Usually Chrono Boost allows Protoss to get out that faster economy. But Cloud definitely with his fast aero command is making a huge difference. We see one Marine going to stim forward to go ahead and see this. He'll see the Colossus. Willis had to push. He knows there's no range now because the Marine did not get hit by the Colossus. We see a stim going down. We see him pushing forward, but there are now 2 Colossi. Nice forces are going down. The Colossi are getting targeted down. That one goes down. This other one looks like it will stay alive. Some nice engagements going down these from WhiteRa, keeping that Colossus alive, doing a nice bit of damage. Now a lot of Zealots are just happily wailing on these units. They do get picked off. Cloud does not get to retreat in those units. Now he's going to actually lose Medivacs, and WhiteRa just takes a commanding position with that battle, not losing anything but 1 Colossus and a few expendable gateway units. I can easily get more as Robotics Bay is almost done getting the Extended Thermal Lance. We can see that these bases are now being really taken because WhiteRa has now got his 3rd up, or coming up, and we can see that Cloud's getting the bunkers, now falling into a defensive position. He's now producing Vikings. He only has this 1 Medivac out. I don't think there's just 1 Medivac. Now he's getting Vikings, which means that WhiteRa has successfully limited the drop capabilities of Cloud. A huge factor of Terrans who are behind in the game and getting back are drops. WhiteRa forcing the Vikings instead of the Medivacs is giving him a great position to take this expansion, because without the threat of drops, there's not going to be that much map presence from Cloud. If he pushes out, he gets hit by the Colossi, and he can't do much in the face of those Colossi. So this armor upgrade is now making its way for WhiteRa. So that is his first upgrade. That'll be allowing him to keep the Zealots alive. It's interesting that he didn't go for the attack upgrade, because I've seen a lot of players emphasize attack over armor when they go Colossus. However, when they go for normal gateway units, they go for the armor because it keeps them alive for longer. I guess WhiteRa is balancing the fact that he can keep his buffer units alive for longer with the armor to balance out the fact that his Colossi won't have as much DPS that it would have had. You see that his probe's actually still alive. Taking a look for this 3rd base from Cloud. Cloud hasn't even began his 3rd command center. He is getting out his +1 weapons, but that's all he has going down. So now these cells are here. They have no charge. If you look around here, we see the Gateway and Twilight Council going down. The Forge is not getting any other upgrades. Waiting for the Twilight Council to probably allow for the +2 armor to be researched. But with his Colossi growing in numbers, really WhiteRa is looking to be very solid. He's moving out another probe. He's going to have a good bit of economy. You can see his income is now allowing him to be ahead in the probes, and his head in the income as well, considering that he's going to be able to have this extra saturation. Notice he hasn't also gotten these 5th and 6th geysers. Looks like he really wants to emphasize the zealots and not even worrying about that extra gas that he could have. He started his charge and he started his +2 armor. He's really preparing for a good solid push. Oh, these Vikings are going to be a danger to him. 3 Colossi are great if they stay alive, but if they die to the Vikings, that would be a little bit of a worry as these Vikings are pushing forward. The Stalkers are here, but they gotta be careful of this whole other army. There are ghosts in play. We see 2 ghosts, 2 EMPs available, and WhiteRa's gotta be careful about his angle of engagement here. And he's gonna hit, his third's gonna get hit. You can see Cloud pushing forward. There are a lot of Marauders in this mix. Nice bit of DPS. We can see there's a stim, but that stim is harmful. Notice there's only 1 medevac. Right now, Cloud's just completely emphasizing the Viking production and getting no medevacs at all. WhiteRa just sacrifices that base, keeps his probes alive. He's okay with this. He's got the economic lead, and the army composition from Cloud is hurt so much by that single stim, even though his 1 medevac does have almost max energy. Okay, so now you can see that medevacs are now going to be produced now that Clouds has reached, let's see, 8, I think 10 Vikings was his cue to switch. Especially now that he took out, did he take out any Colossi? No, he didn't take out any Colossi. Didn't even damage them, he just took shield damage. So he could have done more damage to those guys, but not a big deal in the least. See, there are those other Vikings. He's got to be careful, though, and just leaving them separate with the army. He does have Marine 4 vision. His observer will move forward and see all of those units. So now the Marine count is still very large, but notice that Marauder production is really what's kicking in from Cloud. He's now got a good solid 15 Marauders, actually 17 Marauders. And we see the 3rd now being taken. WhiteRa has full vision of this, knows that exact timing. This 1 Zealot will be able to hold his watchtower. And look, actually, excuse me, we just saw that +2 armor did just complete as well, so WhiteRa's got a good, actually, armor upgrade. But, hey, it's a 1-1 for Cloud. Now, Cloud now has, actually, the +2 capabilities researching at that engineering bay. That's kind of a sloppy sentence, but you get what I mean. He actually has now just started researching them, so that's actually kind of cool that I looked over it there. But now we have all of these Vikings here. We have 4 Colossi for WhiteRa. He's continuing Colossi production. He's getting Blink as well. He's preparing for a very strong gateway-centric army. He gets a lot of Zealots, a lot of Stalkers with Charge and Blink. He can really do damage by having the basically almost having the Stalkers always able to attack because of the Blink, and always able to deal damage because the Zealots stay alive. It's a good, smart, scrappy army composition style, especially with WhiteRa almost guaranteed to lose his Colossi to the Vikings at some point. If you can get Templar Tech out as well, it'll be a great boon to being able to make the switch really, really effective, but WhiteRa is definitely handling his army composition well. He's getting his 4th base, or 3rd base, I guess I should say. His 3rd technically dies, so this is a new 3rd, at a different spot, which is interesting, because it'll kind of might throw off Cloud when Cloud pushes in and sees there's no 3rd anymore down there. We've always Blink Stalkers moving around moving around the map. See him pushing forward, sniping off 1 Viking. Nice little move to take down that 1 Viking, and now we're going to see that Cloud's up to 13, or I guess up to 11, as I can't do math, but actually another base being thrown down by WhiteRa over here. A little double expansion play from him. His army is down here. We do see the factory still starting around to get that scouting information. Cloud's getting his ship weapons as well as those 2-2, which would be great in helping deal with those Colossi. The Vikings deal so much damage as it is, just in 1 volley with their range and everything. The Colossi will be very, very hard pressed to stay alive when they have those attack upgrades. It's also a great use of the armory besides enabling those 2-2 upgrades. But still, Sensor Tower is in play, which is a very nice thing to do. We actually are seeing that I guess the factory got taken down by the Stalkers, which is definitely a nice thing to see. The Stalker just have 1 kill. He's got to be bragging to his Stalker friends that, hey, look, I killed a whole building and you guys have nothing to your name. They'll probably complain that they helped them out, but it'll just be a mental battle as they're all connected by the Kala. And now we have all the Stalkers moving in. I was going to go ahead and try and take out something, but that 1 Colossus trying to actually bring the Vikings close. That's a really interesting thing to do and a very risky thing to do. Where I'm trying to get those Vikings in range of the Stalkers through baiting the Colossus. But oh god, the Colossus is here, completely unsupported. Now we have the Zealots pushing in. There we go. Now we have the nice engagement. Stalkers are up on the top. Zealots are hitting from the bottom, but the army is separated. Stalkers are only dealing with the Vikings now. You can see that 3 Colossi, 2 Colossi are still alive. Make that no Colossi. They're all dead. Only Stalkers are alive for Cloud to just go ahead and decimate happily, and WhiteRa actually GG's And that means that I just casted game number 5 instead of game number 4. So we're going to go ahead and pretend that you guys watching live are not getting that little mistake in there. So WhiteRa... Oh wait, no, I got that right. WhiteRa GG, so now Cloud's 2-2. So I'm just being a fool. Yeah, I'm being a fool. So we're going to go into next game.